Hey everyone, how you doing today? Thought I'd take another look at the workshop and see what was out there, and a lot of very, very cool creations by a bunch of different authors to check out again this week. So, two things I wanted to talk about real quick before getting into these awesome creations here is last week I tried to show a creation called the WHU Eclipse Raider by Washuba, if I said that correctly, and that requires Reforged Eden Atlantis. I failed to find this scenario on the Steam Workshop. I spent about 10 minutes looking for it, searching for it. It just did not come up. If any of you have a link to that, I would really appreciate that. If you could just throw it in the comments or something like that, and then I will try to show it again next week. I did say I wanted to show it. It's just really bothered me that I can't find this scenario to show it in. So without that scenario, it's missing like all its block work, and it doesn't make any sense. So I wanted to throw that out there. One last thing is at the end of last week's look at the workshop video, I made mention that I wanted episode 200 to be all user selected creations to be shown. Basically, like what on the workshop do you find to be your favorite creations of all time? Any scenario. Could be vanilla, could be Reforged Eden, could be anything, could be based on how you feel it looks or how it works or both. I don't care. Or who made it. I don't care about that either. It's just I wanted to do like a complete user or anybody that comments here. I want to see what creations they just think are the coolest creations on the workshop, and that's about it. So I thought I'd throw that out here again today. There was a couple suggestions that I do have. I will get a list going probably moving forward on the next video, which is still not the episode 200. I'll have a list of all the ones I did accumulate for this episode 200 video. So I wanted to go through that as well. One last thing. Yesterday is the first time I ever did a stream. Now, I didn't put that on YouTube. It was kind of more of a test thing more than anything else, but with build videos in the future, I probably will stream those. Most of those I will probably put to YouTube as well, so you can watch them after the fact. But I just wanted to say that it was kind of cool. It's really cool getting some user or comments and feedback when you're actually doing this. The way I've been doing it, just doing videos, I don't know of any comments or anything until after the video. So. And sometimes I even forget some of the comments. I might look at them and be like, oh yeah, that. And then 3-4 days later, I'm doing a video about it, and then I forget something. So I think this would be a lot better way to go. All right. Well, anyway, with all that out of the way, let's look at the first creation today, and that is the Phenom by ArtemisRouge. And this, from what I gather, this is a Reforged Eden 2 creation. I'm showing everything in Reforged Eden 2 right now. And this is a combat ship. And I believe it's pretty optimal for doing combat. Really cool looking design. Again, fits with the author's like faction, basically, of a lot of different combat ships. And really, really cool design work on this. I'm seeing we're getting some flames back. I think there's a couple builds in there that didn't have too much in flames going on, but this one is getting all warmed up with the flames. Really, really cool looking creation. Again, since it's a combat type of build, I'm pretty sure that we're going to probably, I'm going to just fly in here right now. Yeah, we're going to find a lot of decoys and really strong blocks like combat steel, maybe some Xeno blocks over here, and decoys basically for the AI to try to shoot at the front of this ship as the ship laughs at them and hits it with all the big guns, probably near the back of the ship, and a whole lot of sentry guns to take out them drones as well. And as you can see, a lot of larger guns out here. By the CPU and whatnot, I believe that's on this ship. It's probably not running like the super heavy guns, but it's very tailored to a specific CPU, at least stock, on how it comes right now. But a couple of things to note on at least the front side of this is really cool. It's got kind of has this double layered hull going on in here, and it's using that to great effect for visuals as well. So it's kind of a neat idea. You got more block work here, but you got like an inner row and then an outer row and whatnot. And most of these blocks, you can tell by the texture, are Xeno blocks, even on the outer hull. There's a particular texture that's over this, which only comes on Xeno material blocks. So let's get around the backside over here. Now, it also, just by seeing how this is kind of opened in areas, it almost looks like there's some upgrade locations, maybe to put in additional thrusters or even turbines or something like that, possibly. I don't know. It might be an info chart or something on the inside of the ship, but like this gap in between the rings here does look like it would fit a turbine, especially like a medium-sized turbine. Just a guess. I don't know if that's true or not. So looking at the backside, this is pretty interesting too. I noticed on a few of the other office builds, it's even hard if you're using a ship like this in PvP to even know exactly where like your forward thrusters are. Sometimes they're behind some of these decorative pieces here and whatnot. And like I was looking around for a forward thruster, and I'm not seeing it, but you know it has it, and it's probably behind some of these somewhere. It's just kind of a neat approach as well. We do have our lift thrust over there. It looks like it's using the XL or the drive style thrusters for that. Let's get a good look at the bottom side here too. See if we can here. I'll try to get my light on. I don't think that's going to do much, but yeah, it looks like it's pretty tame on the bottom. I'm not seeing any flames or anything like that here. Probably not necessary. Also, it certainly looks like it has a lot of sentry guns going on too. I've been seeing those all over the place. We have a detector in the back. Our down thrust is up over there. We do have a bridge, and the bridge, even the pilot seat, even if this does not have any alternative pilot seat in the ship, it might, but even if it doesn't, this is a really safe spot because you've got all this hull, decoys, and all this other stuff in front of you that the AI is going to shoot at long before it even would ever get any shots over at the bridge over here. So it works. It works, basically. All right. Well, anyway, let's get aboard this and see what's happening here. I'm going to adjust here. I'm going to get in here. We'll get out of God mode. Let me adjust the light here. Darken it up outside a little bit so we can see the actual lighting on the ship. And it looks like, yeah, we got a fairly small hangar. Good enough to park some kind of SV or HV or a couple smaller ones, utility creations or tanks or whatever. We got some spiral staircases here. I don't think these actually work. It's not a fault of the author. It's just that part never actually lets you walk up them. So over here, it looks like this would be definitely an upgrade slot area for probably some shield parts, I'm guessing. Let me check the P menu before I go for it. I just want to see if there's any info thing on here. But yeah, pretty good location over here for, I guess, whatever fits. Now this is actually grow light though, so I think this would be a 9 grow plot farm section. And over here, obviously we have some CPU cores up there now. Maybe it's just intended for more of those, or I don't know, medium shield parts or something like that as well. I suppose a lot of things would fit there, and it all depends what you feel the ship needs. Just want to look at the other side here. It looks like we've got pretty similar. Another 9 grow plots, and some more CPU cores up in there with a lot of room for, again, whatever I think you want to put there that fits. I'm thinking primarily probably shield parts. And then some utility up over here too. So we got our armor locker, I'm sorry, weapon locker, armor locker there, fridge, med bay, a shower, and a locker for some parts in there. Storage controller right at the base of the elevator. Let's go up to this deck here. A lot of room in here again. This could very well be for man, popping in like this room size. I think could even fit like a big fusion reactor in it. I'm not sure what you do with the warp drive. Maybe that would fit on the side though. Actually, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It would. Yeah, it would fit a full-size fusion reactor in here. So the author left a lot of things open for what you might want to put in the ship as you're using it. If you're not putting in a big fusion reactor, you can put in more shield parts and other things. So a pretty cool setup there. I noticed there's a blast door up over here. I think I'm going to have to get in the God mode to get up in this area here. Pretty interesting color fade going across the ceiling over here. Nice gradient. And let's see what we got in here. We've got solid Xeno blocks and a lot of space. Again, for more parts. Man, this ship is just full of room for upgrade parts. All over the place here. Not sure what this... okay, and this is... then we get into our decoys out in front of this room. Very cool. Yeah, these parts are hard to fit in the ship. They do take up a lot of space. And you don't, you know, there's different ways to configure it, depending on what you can use it and how much CPU you got. So leaving things open works pretty good for the player. And then if we come all the way up to the top, this is pretty interesting. Yeah, this is, wow, it almost kind of feels like we're in a separate building over here a little bit. We got all the fancy glass roof and everything like that. Looks like all the full medical bay full of equipment. And we get out to, I guess, the back of the ship. Technically speaking, this would be a small landing pad. It could work for like an SV miner or something like that here. Or just another way into the ship. And I assume we're going to go right up into the bridge. Got the blast door there. And interesting with this cutout in the floor here. I'm not exactly sure what that's for. And then we got our pilot seat there, kind of looking down the bow of the ship. And yeah, other than that, this ship is entirely ended up designed for combat, short of those two farmers in it. But it's very much about blowing stuff up. So I'm really curious on its specs and costs and all that too, because I'm pretty sure it was made to fill a role, and I don't think it's going to be too high of CPU considering what it's got on it and what it can be used for. So let's take a look at some numbers here. Start with unlock level 25, size class 9. Actually, I thought this would have been a little bit lower size class than 9. I think there's just a lot of deco stuff going on in it. So 54 forward, 52 strafing, 52 lift, 52 reverse, and 52 down. I don't think you could balance the thrust any more than this. That's pretty much right on. Secondary numbers are decent as well. 24 century guns, actually more than that. 32 century guns, 17 light plasma cannons, 4 light Gatling turrets, and a detector. 7 hour and 9 minute build time. Not calling for really anything special. It's going to need some plasma converters. Probably the thrusters on here are of the plasma variant, which is a better bang for the buck on CPU versus how much thrust you get. Other than that, pretty low key on this. This is going to translate to a, wow, I thought it was actually going to be higher than this. I believe this is, we're looking at a Core 7 here. Yeah, it's already sorted here. Core 7, 2 basic, 2 improved, 2 advanced CPU cores, and that is it. Obviously a whole lot of room to put in a lot more CPU cores. So, but at a Core 7, with this firepower and the way it's designed and built, even with the decoys installed, looks like it would be a pretty effective combat ship, right? You know, just stock. But you certainly got a lot of room to add more stuff to it, especially in regards of shield parts and things like that. Let's take a look at the shield. So 53,574 stock shield on here. And look at that, even you got about 17,000 CPU left over on it as well. So yeah, definitely a really good option for a lower cost, believe it or not, combat ship. Combat ships are, especially combat CVs, are typically a more expensive type of creation. So this is, for what it's doing, yeah, looks like it would be really effective at all things combat. And you can grow some food as well and bring a couple creations with you as well. So yeah, very cool build here. Let's look at the storage. Don't think it's going to have a lot of that, but it's going to be probably focused on ammo. But no, we got some other controllers in here too. So we got 264K for ammo. Looks like 56K regular storage controller there. Another 264 for harvest, in case you want to put on a multi-turret or something like that. It's all set up for it. And then we have a Pentaxi tank. So yeah, again, straight to the point. One last thing I wanted to look at in devices is the warp drive. I wasn't paying attention too much going through it, and I just want to see. Okay, so we do have the 30 light year warp drive on here, not the 60. So you could use a little bit more CPU upgrading that as well. So obviously, I think you could totally max out this with CPU and parts, probably bring it up to a core 17. I wouldn't doubt, and just give it more and more stuff, especially in the shield department. Yeah, very, very cool build again. So this, again, is the Phenom by ArtemisRouge. Very, very cool build. Alright, so let me power this one off. And then what do I got next on the list here? We got a manor. So I think that is over here. I don't even think I turned this one off. No, this one's on. Yeah, let's give it some more fuel, though. So this is the Arboretum Manor, RE2 by Ozfresh. So I don't know if this is we'll have to see what this has in it. It does look like it has defense, but it looks like it's a pretty fancy, elegant place. I love this atrium over here, this big glass house with the really cool glass work going around it, even angled sides, and you can see the trees on the inside. That is really cool. So I think this is kind of built a little bit for looks. I did have trouble spawning it. Sorry about that. Some of it's below ground here, but if I raised it up, it would be floating in the air. Some of it actually dips down quite a bit below the ground in the base as well. So hopefully, yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it comes out. But this is about the best area I could try to spawn it. About the flattest ground I could find over here. Oh, wow, check this out. So, yeah, below here, no, this is almost like a separate building. You kind of see what's going on below ground here, too. That there's more base below ground here. We will hit all that. But over here, it looks like we have this separate, it's almost like a separate building, which is a big grow plot section here. And all the grow lights are on the inside over here. That's really cool. I'm just kind of curious. Oh, yeah, here's how you get in, right over here, the door. That was my big curiosity point, because it did not look like it was directly connected to the main building. And check out these little obelisks of pew pews. So yeah, it's more base defenses. Looks like we got one over there, and another one here, and one up here, and we got you know, the regular turret there. Another one of those here. They're all over the place. So that is a lot of base defense, actually, from the drones and whatnot. Then we got some other crazy stuff going on in here. So some of the blocks that you're seeing here, these are some deco parts in RE2. I've seen these in a POI before. I played with them a little bit too, and there's several of these different like stone blocks or different sizes than your regular blocks and things like that. And yeah, so the author built like a decorative, I don't know, a landscaping kind of thing in front of the swimming pool with, oh, it's even got a deep end over here with real water. That's cool. That's a awesome welcome option to the game as well. And over here, it looks like we've got a pretty hot sauna. Well, it's not a sauna, is it? No, it's just we got a lot of fire. Fire, yeah. Stay warm over here. This is like an elegant campfire, I think, over here. Roast those marshmallows and all kinds of things. that is cool. Yeah, I like seeing the flame effects going on in there too. So over on this side, we've got a very decorative walkway going through some really cool landscaping and plants and marble floor and little guardrails in there in front of the that's so cool. The glass structure itself is really cool, but having the like the full-size trees inside it, that's really neat. Cool looking use of these new light fixtures that we have in the game as well. Palm tree over there. And I'm gonna just fly around the outside a little bit more before we go inside. Yeah, look at this. Yeah, nice fancy, again, marble tile floor. Marble walls, all the plants. Nice outdoor facilities and tables and whatnot. Yeah, this is more of a resort type of building so far. from what I've seen from the outside. I don't know. Short of it does have a lot of defense for drones and things. I don't know how much function is in the base yet. We will find that out pretty soon, though. And then we got the Tiki Lounge up top with a couple turrets embedded in the plants by a pool, by a little like sauna kind of pool. Oh wow! Check out the LCD over here. Oh yeah. Oh, this is all for music. You got to have the music here. Water temperature 102 degrees. Yeah, this is a sauna, and it's got tunes. that is really cool. And we got our Tiki Lounge over here to get the drinks and the snacks, the specials, and pizza, waffle and syrup, Dino Stew Royale. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, I think the author had a good time building this one. These are fun to build. They are fun to build. And again, yeah, completely asymmetrical in design too. Yeah, everything about it's asymmetrical. There's nothing built in symmetry, I don't think, on this base. Alright, so I'm going to find a way. Well, there's a lot of ways. And let's go through the front door over here, I think. And let me get out of God mode and adjust the lights. Maybe. Yeah, let's try there. Alright, inside the main room here. And, yeah, look at this scene. That's wild. I like you see the use of the brick in there. And look at this big, like, stove setup over here. It's actually got a couple food processors right under that, but that's pretty wild. Got one of these really old school kind of, you know, I don't know, smelter furnace things. I'm not sure actually what to call that, but it definitely looks cool. Got some old cabinetry up here. Our fridges and food processors are in the area. Some interesting seats. And what we got going on here? Well, let's go around this way. You can switch between different works of art using the buttons. Also, check out the poolside fireplace outside. Just use the button on the wall to turn it on and off. What? Just hitting all these buttons here. I think it's putting up different, yeah, it's putting up different LCDs or deco things. This is wild. Look at that. You notice how this picture changed when I hit these buttons? It was, well, hold on, let me hit them again to see if it, yeah, see, colors are different and stuff. I think it's changing the whole thing. Probably the image. This is wild. I don't think I've ever seen this done. It's like a, maybe it's more of like an art museum than anything else. Which, well, I don't know. It's kind of a resort place with an art museum. It's pretty wild. I like these gold pillars going in there. Oh wait, where did this come from? Hey. Oh yeah, all kinds of information. A lot of lighting in the house is automated. You can find more lighting controls in the control menu. Interesting. Let's just take a quick look at that. Oh yeah, look at all these. So we got stuff for everything here. We got guides and I guess I'll just kind of keep it all on. It's a lot to play with there. What we got? What happened here? Looks like a big set of trees. This is, oh yeah, this is underneath the big glass area here. That's wild. Seriously, this is kind of looking like a different game again. Which is really cool to see. And yeah, you can see stuff popping up everywhere I go. There's walk up here, there's LCDs, so a lot of these are on sensors. Dining room is grand. Oh, look at the table here. All the chairs around it. Looks like a big hibachi grill or something like that going on in here. Crazy deco, glassy stuff up on the ceiling there, forming a chandelier of some sorts. That is really cool. And more artwork on the wall over here with the plants. Yeah, this is just a wild creation here. Here, I'm gonna go up that way in just a second. I don't think I checked out this area over here very much. So let's go this way. So we got a obvious bathroom going on in here. And a pretty spectacularly fancy one at that. And we actually got our toilets back in here. Oh, and a shower. Wallpaper. And here we got an elevator. So I was worried about the, well, not worried, but a little worried because of how I spawned this in. I'm gonna have to go into God mode a second here. And yeah, now we're in the lower section, below ground here. And it goes pretty far below ground too, in places. Oh, you gotta have the mainframe computer going on there. It looks like we got a turbine. What would that be? Like a, might even be one of the big ones there. I think it is. It's behind this door. Auto mine space. Auto mine space. Interesting. So, huh. So it's meant to put, I got to assume to put an auto miner there, like, and you'd probably try to position the space to be around some kind of deposit in this general vicinity over here. Maybe there's more of that, but that's a really interesting idea. Where you have an auto miner built into your base that you spawn, or a place to put the auto miner. Very interesting. And we got some craziness going on in the center of this room here too. Oh, we got fire and spinnies and... Wow, okay. This almost looks like it's like a smelting plant or something. That looks like that would be like liquid metal with all the fire and stuff going on in here. And this is like chambers of like smelting like blocks of ore or something. That's just my interpretation of it. Yeah. Really, really wild. Right out of the box here on this one. Interesting light fixture surrounded by grates up there. Or is that a cage for intruders? I don't know. I got a deconstructor over here. Universal constructor. Another one of them. So 2 of those plus our deconstructor. So obviously we're getting into production here. These are actual legit furnaces for smelting. So that fits perfectly with the whole thing. It's like a great big forge going on in there. And check out this wild glass wall here with all the deco blocks and things behind it. Those RE2 parts. This is all underground, by the way. I know it looks like it's not underground right now, but it's actually underground. It's pretty brightly lit in here too. Let's and it goes down further, by the way. It goes down further. This is just one level going on in here. Cool looking LCD there. Fuel oxygen room. Yep, we got a bunch of O2 and fuel tanks in here. Ventilator there. A couple storage controllers. And a lot more storage controllers. That's a pretty neat looking setup on that. Interesting how the texture work was done. Come on. Something's just weird here. Oh yeah, I think the author's using some of the old school LCD parts to build these trim pieces around the texture light. That's really interesting. You barely notice it. They stick out a little bit. That is really cool. Slick idea there. I like that. That is again, this whole place is kind of thinking out of the box, and it shows. It's really, really cool. So over here we've got a bunch of our advanced constructors. It's like 4 of those. Got our armor repair. And we already looked over there for the auto miner. And another one of them light cages up there. Actually, they're all over the place. It keeps the light protected from flying molten metal. Alright, so let's go here. Let's go down. Check out this area. And again, it's nighttime outside, so this is just really brightly lit on the inside. So here we have a drone bay. Oh, that's cool how the floor is left open so you can see below it. Actually, I think there's another drone bay right below us here too. So yeah, drone bay room. And let's take we'll just leap. Yeah, and we just go down to another drone bay room right here. Ah, wild, wild. So you got some drone defenses as well. All right, so I think I'm just seeing if I missed any other ways to go down anymore. I think that might have been it. Let me get to that main elevator. Hold on. Oh, no, we got our CPU core room in here, the mainframe with our shield and all our CPU blocks. Again, this looks wild too. Everything looks really wild in here. Even the different brick colors and textures and stuff. You just don't normally see this kind of thing in Empyrion. Just, that's cool. That is cool. We got an elevator here. And what's this one? This, what did I say? The laboratory. Oh, yeah. That looks like a laboratory, too. Oh, we got a protected tank on the wires above the fridges, the catwalk, and the ladder. And we got a full medical bay over in here. Gonna have the plants in there as well. Some beds, all our medical equipment. Like the angled doorway coming into there. And over here it looks like another bathroom. Yeah, really cool. Interesting. A lot of texture usage in this build as well. A lot of textures you don't see very much in the game. Because a lot of them actually are deal with concrete blocks that you can't use in anything that moves. So that's probably why you don't see too many of them. But they're usually textures that won't fit very well for a spaceship either. So, alright, I'm going to take this elevator. I think this... Is this the one I came down in? Yeah, we originally... Yeah, that's just glass. It's kind of like looking below the base, sort of. But I don't think that's any interior space there. I'm stuck. There we go. Nope. There we go. Alright, so... I believe this goes up as well. I think. I thought it did. Yeah, the staircase over here. That is it. Hold on, I just want to be a little kid and run around the playground equipment here. That's cool. That is really cool. You know these things in real life. You know those playground equipment with the big cement pieces. You know, sewer pieces basically. Really good for cracking your back. You lean up against this. You go. Ah, yeah. It's amazing. All right, let's go upstairs. Oh, we got another different chandelier going on in here. I don't even know what I'm looking at, but it looks really cool. Very Art Deco. I like the colors in here, too. That's just kind of like this bronze shade. Pretty interesting. And I think we've seen out here already one of the balconies, the outside resort areas. And again, wild looking chandelier thing. That's cool. More balconies. And more a lot of outdoor stuff in this space here. A lot of places to go chill in the sun. All over the place. And over here it looks like we've got a kind of like a master bedroom of sorts. Fancy, look at the fancy bed here with like the black, I don't know, mahogany or something like that. Deco on there. Oh, there's some different carpeting going on in here too. It's actually got some patterns in there, and a bunch of blockers there. Of course, you got to have your own private balcony on this particular room here, and some wildness with the light fixtures up top there. Yeah, these newer light fixture parts, especially the larger ones, they can like they only take up like a single block position, but they can clip through other things nearby it. So yeah, you can create some different patterns. It will, of course, have the clipping lines through it, though. It's not cleaning those up, or the game itself is not cleaning those up. And another bedroom. Crazy old window, another balcony. I think this is a different one than the one I was just in. Yeah, it has to be, right? Oh, wait a minute. Oh. we got one of these elevators. I love riding these things up in the game. Like how elevators are supposed to actually work. Really cool. And up here, I don't even know. We got some different textures going on in here. And yeah, this gets us up to the top floor where that sauna was, and all the other festivities, including our embedded plant turrets. This is a wild build. Really, really wild build. Really lights up, too. I mean, I guess I didn't have it at complete utter darkness outside, but it has a lot of lighting in the base. So it does light up well. This whole idea, too, with having, like, the shallow end and the deep end of the pool, that's really cool. Back over here, didn't even catch this. It's got kind of like waterfall thing going on over here. Yeah, it goes right up to the where the water level is. Like, yeah, water's coming down from here. It's got some steam there as well. All kinds of little touches and details all over the place. And yeah, and keep in mind, plus you have a legit, pretty good size growing area outside here as well, with a turret on the top of the base. So yeah, to answer my question, the base, it is a base to be used in the game. It does have a big production area. We'll have to check the storage out yet. It does have furnaces, defense, farming, repair bay over here. Now this part's kind of screwed up too because I would have to haul this out. But down below ground here, we also have it looks like a big old hangar here with some craziness going around along the ceiling. Yeah, the author was definitely having fun with the different light fixtures in here, coming up with some different interesting ways to put those in a build. And I think if this was in game too, and you hauled this all out, rather than seeing what I'm seeing here right now in creative, you'd see like your carved out wall here of dirt and all that kind of stuff. So it would look a lot better in game than it is in creative. Especially if you hollowed it all out, you spawned it in, and then you hollowed out the whole area down below here. You could see all that stuff in there. And I'm kind of getting it's not looking as good as it could in creative, at least. This gets us back over to the production area. So yeah, very, very cool build. Very cool build. All kinds of stuff going on. Completely asymmetrically done. And besides being really pretty and really innovative in a lot of areas, it's a functional base, which is really, really cool. So, alright. Unlock level 25, size class 15. Pretty slow, it doesn't move very fast, just gotta say. Alright, we got 30 sentry guns, 5 retractable plasma turrets, plus a flat cannon and a light plasma turret in there in the mix. 12-hour and 13-minute build time. It does need the nutrient solution for the grow plots that are installed, so divide that number in 2, and that's how many grow plots you have. I don't feel like doing math at the moment, but it's quite a lot of grow plots. 12 fuel tanks, 33 oxygen tanks. CPU-wise, sitting at 380,000 CPU, using 375,000 of that. Going to translate to a Core 7 base, it looks like. Yeah, and honestly, last couple of times I looked at bases like this in videos, there was a problem with the CPU. Maybe that's been corrected now because it looks like all the numbers are coming out correctly on this build. And the other build should have as well, but I think there was a bug going on at the time when I was looking at them. We have a shield in here, 33,523 on shield hit points. And obviously a whole lot of signals for all kinds of things, but a lot of light fixtures in there, furnaces, power management. Storage wise, we got an ammo box. Well, 2 ammo boxes. They're 14K a piece, so that'd be 28K of ammo storage. As in the controllers, so it looks like we've got a set of 5 over here of 640K controllers. A lot of boxes and other things going on here, but I think this is your main storage. The 5 640Ks. I do believe they're all 640. Plus your 2 ammo boxes. Obviously, you don't typically. I don't think you can put a harvest controller on a base because. Yeah, that wouldn't make any sense at all. Doesn't move. So anyway, very, very cool build here again. This is the how it's hard to say. Arborium. I'm adding more syllables to this. Arborium. Arborium. Manor. RE2 by Ozfresh. Very, very cool build. I will stutter out the name eventually. Probably screwed it up even at that. But, yeah, really, really cool base. Looks like, it looks like a pretty fun build to do, too. I think the author probably had a good old time making this. And, I can use it in game, too. It does everything. I got to even mention about functionality. It did have the hanger, too, which is another great option for a base. So, yeah, again, very, very cool. Power you off real quick, and then let's get to the next build here. So, the next one, that is over here. Now, this one, although it looks like a perfectly normal spaceship, it is not. It is a POI. This is the BCP Avalon Carrier by Jose the Builder. And, yeah, this is really cool. So this would be like a space-based POI. It's not meant to be a player ship. It's meant to run and gun, and well, you might have to shoot it up in space. I'm not sure if it flies around or not, or you just board it and then do a romp through it until you can find the core or cores. Really cool looking ship in design, though. Pretty unusual. I like how this got this metal framing coming up around like this inner hull, which is kind of like a big open air hangar space. Yeah, that's cool. And you got all kinds of little things going on the inside of the hangar. And this goes for quite a ways. I didn't really mean to look at this yet, but didn't even look at the rest of the ship. But it's kind of part of the outside of the ship right here. Yeah, that's wild. Very interesting layout. We do have some guns on here too. So if it's got thrusters and stuff, real ones, I mean, then I would say it is a moving POI, and it does have real thrusters. Yeah. So I think you would have to hunt this down, shoot it, and then board it. Now, so far I didn't see any spawners, so I'm not sure on that yet, but I really did go inside it yet either. This is just what's seen on the outside here. Again, really cool stuff, though. I mean, it's hard to explain what you're really looking at here, but that's neat. This whole setup is really, really neat. Very unusual design for a spaceship, too. I like it. It does look like a big old fleet carrier of some sorts. And honestly, this over here kind of gives me a little bit of like, I forget the name of it, but when it was in the one of the Avengers movies, they had the flying aircraft carrier. This kind of would be like where the big spinny blades were to lift it off the ground. Just the impression I get on that setup. I don't know if that was meant for that or not, or maybe they're just like turret holes or something like that, where turrets pop out of there or something like that. But yeah, really cool looking thruster setup as well, using the texture lights and the custom thruster enclosures and sizes. It does have a bridge up in here too. That's cool looking built bridge. Kind of an inner walkway that kind of goes around it here, kind of, and you can see that armor line going around here with the half blocks. And let's see on the back side, no hangar door that I see, so I don't think, well, obviously we've got like this big hangar space up here. Let me bob around a little bit here. I'm going to stay in God mode just for the time being, because it looks like a lot of walking. But I'm not seeing any spawners so far. So yeah, a bunch of ammo boxes in the area. I like how this is all kind of set up with all these slots out to the side, even going down this big area of like putting stuff and storing stuff. Some other rooms in here. Oh, we got some elevators. We got some elevators. Huh. Something that, so yeah, I'm gonna have to ride one of those in a second here. Just see where this ends up going. Section over here, we got some loot. Don't want to look at too much in here. And maybe there are spawners. Maybe it's just using a different type that you don't see. That is a distinct possibility too. There is, I do believe there is some spawners that you won't really see when I'm walking around. If you use a certain type of spawner, you would. But there's another type that's kind of more invisible-ish. Hold on. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna get out of God mode here. I'm gonna try to hit the button there. Oh, I like the texture on the sides there. It kind of looks like the tracks for the elevator. That gets us down into this room here. Let me adjust the lights too. All kinds of loot boxes in here. I don't want to give too much away. I don't know what the course is on this or anything like that. It's just last week, by the same author, Jose the Builder, had a number of POIs. In fact, I only looked at 3 of them, and there was more than that the author made. And I've seen another new one today as well, besides this one. So the author has been like building like a whole game's worth of POIs. Really cool ones, really elaborate, pretty large, and all very unique from one another. And this is just really, really cool to see. If this gets put into the RE versions of the game or the main game or everything, just be more content for all this to have when playing the game. Yeah, there's a core over there. I would imagine there's going to be guys that are going to spawn in if this was like, you know, actual POI in the game right now that you'd have to shoot. You see some defense turrets and other things like that around. So yeah, I don't want to give too much away. It's a big POI. It may or may not fly around and you have to shoot it in space. I don't know how that was set up, but it could. It could fly around where you have to disable it. But it looks like it's mainly meant for a romp on foot inside of the ship, rather than like something that you pull out from the outside. But it does have defenses too. Yeah, very, very cool. So cool to see this. That makes I've been really once I finish up my current project or projects, I would like to actually build a POI again. It's this author's kind of getting me a little bit motivated into doing something like that. They're a lot of fun to build, a lot of work, a lot of testing, but they are a lot of fun. So anyway, looking at specs and stuff on this, I don't think it's going to be too important, or the CPU, because again, this is a POI. It's not a player ship. So I know most of this is pretty invalid here. I'm not even looking at, unless you're gonna grab it and convert it into a player ship. That'd be a different build entirely. So yeah, very, very cool build here again. This is the BCP Avalon Carrier POI by Jose the Builder. All right, here, let me power you off. What do we got next here? So next, a little bit smaller build here. Cool, very cool looking one. And first one that, oh, I was gonna say, I didn't think this was a CV, but is it? I don't see no hover engines. It's hard to tell from scale sometimes, but I think this is a an SV. Hold on. I just want to... No, it is a hover vessel. It is a hover vessel. Okay, so it is a small block build. Hard to tell. I didn't have anything really close to it to look at scaling very much. Well, I guess that's over there, but you know. So yeah, we got a HV tank here. So I was totally wrong. I don't know why I said an SV. Cool looking setup with the tank treads and the moving parts on the inside there, kind of rotating. Looks like it's in motion. That's just plain cool. So I think these are little shield parts. Yeah, little shield capacitors with a little tubey block on the front of it, and it looks like an entirely different thing. That's neat. That is again super innovative. It looks like, yeah, it does look like it's some kind of like, I don't know, like a rocket launcher or something like that on the side there, but it's an actual shield part with, yeah, a support tube block. That's cool. So the turret itself is real. Yeah, this is it's got some block work in there, but yeah, we've got our two main guns right here, which happen to be heavy cannons. Cool look at this whole top section. Obviously, looks like it would swivel around like a real tank. And this is neat too. These guns over here kind of look like they might have like at one point like popped out of the hull. And that's like the top part of it. Oh, by the way, I think I totally screwed up and was looking at this so much I forgot to tell you about the name and the author here. So this is the NT Crux, or CRUX MBT, or main battle tank, RE2 by NT is the author name. So sorry about that. I think I got a little overexcited looking at the build here. Forgot to mention the author name again. Almost looks like we got some like mud flaps back over here too, doesn't it? Looks like we can rear mount this as well, or back into a wall to dock it that way. Obviously, it's got landing gear at the bottom as well. Yeah, very, very cool. Lots of little touches and details, like this crazy block combo over here. That's neat. I like the vents with the steam actually coming out of it over here. Little stuff like little blocks right there. And it kind of looks like, yeah, on the inside we do have a first-person viewing angle, kind of offset a little bit to the side of the turret. And light, yeah, I think these are light fixtures in there. Yeah, those big bright spotlights there. And cool lighting on the back too. Yeah, very neat. All right, here I'm gonna just the lighting real quick. Let's get aboard. And we got a CPU core blocks right there. So I got room for more CPU core blocks or whatever parts will fit there. Which it'd be quite a lot of stuff would fit there. I think a compact shield. This probably already has a shield. Yeah, right over there, I think. That's a shield, right? Yeah, advanced shield generator, HV. Got a clone chamber in here. I got a door going into another, like the turret compartment. Oh, I didn't even notice that there is a hatch right above the pilot seat from the outside. Look at this crazy block work up in here. Huh. Oh, we got a passenger seat over there. Didn't even notice the glass on the outside there. It's even got like a crosshair on it. And we got, yeah, our trauma station, armor locker, instructor built into the wall over here. Another door out the front, which looks like it gets into the Ventacted tank, and some generators, and O2 tanks, and fuel tanks, and this part over here, which is a shield capacitor. Had to almost get out the multi-tool. Make sure I got that right there. Yeah, really wild, really wild. I gotta test the getting in and out from the top side here. That looks like a pretty interesting way to get aboard. Again, I didn't really see it from the top, but yeah, it was under these vents over here, so you can get the passenger seat and the driver's seat from the top of the build here. See how that works out. Looks like it worked out pretty good. And I'm right into the cockpit here. Just notice there's a switch. Yeah, let me get the God mode here a second. Oh, that's set on some kind of like battle mode, I think. Put the spinning light there. Oh, I didn't even notice it's got R2 over here. No, I'm sure that's not R2. It's just, that's cool. It reminds me of R2. Even especially, like, yeah, look at the green light stuff that's sort of showing up on there from a distance. When I get close, it disappears, but from a distance, yeah, that's really wild. Very, very cool HV tank. Really interesting. build here again. Get the lights back on. Let's look at some numbers. Alright, so unlock level 25, size class 2. 35 forward, 42 strafing, 35 reverse. Obviously, it doesn't go up and down. It's HV. 4 fuel tanks, 2 oxygen tanks, 2 heavy cannons, 2 medium lasers, advanced detector, Gatling gun, and alarm sentry that we're hearing, I think, right now. No, we're not. No, that's just the alarm thing. 2 quantum processors. So I think this is a Core 9 build. It is using some antimatter converters. So I think, I don't know. I can't say. It could be thruster based or not. Other parts use those as well. CPU sitting at 26,456 out of 31,000. That's going to translate, I believe, to a Core 9. Yep. So Core 9, basic, 2 improved, 2 advanced, and 2 superior cores. Let's take a look at its storage. Got an ammo controller, 2 ammo controllers. Looks like they're 3,000 each. And then beyond that, we got a couple boxes and our protect tank and a fridge. So, yep, pretty much, you know, right about loading up your ammo and shooting up the bad guys here. I do like this little side Gatling turret there over on the one side as well. This is kind of neat too. Obviously, seeing the passenger side with the crosshair on it. And you can light up the whole front of the build here with these spotlights on the inside there. Yeah, very, very cool build. Again, this is the MT Crux, or Crux, Crux, CRUX MBT, or Main Battle Tank RE2 by NT. Very, very cool. Alright, so, next build here. This is our biggest build of the day. It's got an interesting name to this one, too. It is the ACE Aircraft Cost Experiment is the name of this one. And this is by Gate Jumper. This is a Starter Scout SB by author Gate Jumper. So this is a new author I'm unfamiliar with. And I believe I know what the author was experimenting with. They were experimenting with only like one direction thrust and using the alternative like flying model for SVs. More of a glider approach to a SV, which is really inexpensive. It has some cons because hard to stop, hard to precisely land necessarily where you want to. It's almost kind of like you need a little bit of a leeway when you land it. I built one creation like this sort of in the past, or similar idea, just to test out the how it worked in game. It was after they added this as an option when you're building in the game. But obviously, because it's only running a couple thrusters on the back, well, it does have a lift thruster as well. It does have a RCS unit in here. Seeing some storage or some container extensions. Our generators right there. Like a controller there, pilot seat, spotlight, our wings. We do have down thruster too. So maybe I'm seeing at least 4 direction thrust on here. So we got up, down, and 3. Up, down, and forward. But I don't think it has reverse or strafing thrusters on this build. Because again, I believe it's meant to be more of a glider type of creation. In fact, just take this up in the air for a second. I don't normally do this in this video, but yeah, I think, yeah, and if you let off the gas, no, it does actually have lift thrust, so it won't fall to the ground when you let off the gas. Actually, the way this is set up, you can't strafe, but you can turn really quickly. So you can, you can obviously fly wherever you want to fly, you just don't do strafing in the process. But because it does have the lift thrust and whatnot, you're not like, you can land pretty accurately with this. So that's something I was wondering about. The version I built didn't have up and down thrust, so it made it rougher. So this one does have up and down thrust, so it actually does work that way as well. Yeah, really, really cool. And again, yeah, it's like experimental low budget aircraft. So, and it's even on the name with that aircraft cost experimental scout starter. So looking at the specs on here, unlock level 5. That's low. Yeah, really small size class there. 58 forward, obviously doesn't strafe. Does have up and down thrust, so 29 up and down. No reverse thrust either. When you look at your secondary numbers on a build like this, and they're insane. 407 on pitch, 310 on yaw, and 220 on roll. Does have the 1 RCS. I don't know if it needs it. It's pretty darn quick without it. But maybe that was needed for a particular reason. Maybe one of these directions wasn't working quite right. It's possible. But yeah, check this out. 3 minute and 53 second build time. Just using your basics of the basics. It does have a detector on board as well. 1 fuel tank. So very, very cool. Another creation, just kind of out of the box here. Don't see much like this. Does have a I gotta look at the right creation here. Does have a container controller on it with 625 storage in there, and of course your spotlight as well. Just curious if it had P menu options here. No, I wasn't sure. Okay. But yeah, really, really cool build there. It's ultra inexpensive, early game scout SV with a detector and lights and stuff. However, the only thing, if you were applying this on a nastier starter planet that doesn't have oxygen and stuff, you will need to obviously wear your suit. You're not going to get oxygen in the cockpit, because it's an open cockpit. Not sure. I don't think it had an oxygen tank in here either. No. So it would be, if you're starting on some awful planet that's 500 degrees, this probably isn't a good build for you. But other than that, most starter planets, it would be a good build for you to get around a whole lot better than on foot or with the motorbike or something. And it's really dirt cheap. It is really dirt cheap. So yeah, very, very cool build here. This is the Ace Aircraft Cost EXP or Experiment, I believe. Starter Scout SV by Gate Jumper. Very, very cool build. Alright, so on to the last creation today. That is this one over here. Let me get this powered up. It is powered up. This is the AVE Z-Bings 2. That's spelled AVE-ZEYBENGS 2 CB by Kumi or Kumi Kumi Kumi. So another new author here. So this to me, now color scheme no, but the ship layout design, the way kind of seeing this vertical fork type of pattern, kind of reminds me of the kind of ship you might see in the Halo verse. But I don't know if that's from where this is or just a original ship design here. But yeah, I've seen some Halo ships have some of this kind of thing going on with their hull designs, and it was probably my first impression of seeing like a vertical fork design like that. Love the orange accents on here. Combined with like the gray hull with the darker grays in the mix as well. And this over here kind of almost looks like it's some kind of like decorative, obviously, but like some kind of like lightning bolt matching that color in the back. I got some lighter grays around the thrusters. I like these little block work going around the outer parts of the thrusters for the strafing thrusters. We do have looks like a flat gun down over here. And we got another one kind of back over here. So this one won't really be able to fire forward too much, but it could fire to the sides. It could fire like down if it was aiming down a little bit as well. This is kind of neat too with this like some kind of air brake design or something like that there. Yeah, no, it looks really, really cool. Well, I like this little, oh, that's even got a repair bay in here. I was going to say, yeah, that's a cool looking little kind of open space hangar. It's not for anything real big, like a, a SV Minor or something like that. But that's really cool, and you can fix it too. It's got the repair bay there, and it looks like our console is up top there with maybe a view that looks down upon this this hangar area. Well, this landing pad area. It's not a very big ship. I mean, overall, it's not super big. Yeah, this is pretty interesting, and obviously we got our looks like our cockpit is right in here, kind of in the center structure with an elevator there. And then I don't know if there's a space in these extensions here, these the fork areas. I think these are pretty much solid. Yeah. Even looks like we either some main parts or some decoy parts in here. Yeah, so the AI would be shooting you there. If you're using this, I think this, it kind of almost looks like it would be a little bit of a light combat type of ship. But we do have some guns on the top and bottom, and let's see, is there anything out on the side there? We'll look at the P menu options with that in a bit. Really cool looking design though. I like this. That's really neat. I like this quad thruster design with the center section on the inside that kind of has your big mount that mounts the top and the bottom of the ship together. All right, so I'm going to come in over here. Let me adjust the lights real quick. It looks like we're right in here. We do have an elevator going upward, and we're up to the cockpit here. We have a door going below here. Oh, check this out. So I don't see any lights in here. Well, no, they're not on. There's a light right there. It's just not on. Why is it not on? Oh, because it's not on. That's why it's not on. Here, let me have it so the lights are on. Okay. So yeah, we got a full medical bay over here. We got check our med bay. We got the clone chamber. Probably don't need you don't need this if you got that, but doesn't necessarily hurt anything. It's a pretty cheap part there. O2, all our specialized equipment over there. That's kind of neat how it kind of goes like right below where the cockpit is over here. And then yeah, other than that, we're all we can do is we got another floor right here. This is the repair console overlooking the landing pad right over there, and you can look through the glass to see what you're repairing through the console itself. That's cool. And then we continue to go up. Oh wow, we got another deck up here. Oh, look at all the utility up in here. We got a small constructor, storage controller, armor locker, another storage controller, armor repair, food, fridge and food processor, little chill out spot over here with a TV and carpet, and a bathroom. And we got top access coming in from the top of the ship here. Very, very cool build, actually. I mean, it's not a big ship. It's utilizing the interior space it does have really well. But yeah, just with a layout like this, you probably, unless you had corridors going through here, which it doesn't have too much of that. It does kind of though. There's this section here, and up in here. I didn't really fly through this part, so this would be. I don't think you would access this from the interior, but you do have a warp drive up in here as well. Some defenses or offenses. Very cool. Alright, let's look at some numbers here. So, unlock level 20, size class 1, 25 forward, 20 strafing, 20 lift, 25 reverse, 20 down, 12 fuel tanks, 2 oxygen tanks, 4 light flak turrets, detector, 2 hour and 34-minute build time. Really quite inexpensive. Not seeing anything special here. A little bit of Zach, a little bit of that as well. Let's see here, CPU wise, pretty low on the old CPU. It's set up for 235,000 CPU using 207,000. Translation, let me sort this real quick. To a core 2, so just your main core and 1 basic CPU core in here. Shield strength at 12,982. Doesn't look like we have any other P menu options here. Yeah, so very nice, very nice. Just to the point, kind of a, I don't know, a really cool looking like starter ship, sort of. Like light combat, utility type of stuff. I say light combat. Obviously, you could probably do some decent combat with that. Did have a shield already. It's got a warp drive. I just want to see what that warp drive was. Probably, I would guess a 30 light year on this one. Yeah, 30 light year warp drive. Stock. You can upgrade that. Very nice build. Cool looking ship, and again, it looks like it could be kind of big, but it's really pretty small ship altogether. Not a lot of interior space, but you know, every inch of it is used to its maximum extent. And then obviously, let me just fly in here one more time. We've got our reverse thrusters kind of embedded in here, as well as a lot of other parts. And I believe these are the actual generators and not really necessarily decoys. On like both areas here, so even this space is not wasted at all. And more reverse thrust on the top side, another generator, our warp drive, and I believe it's probably, maybe I missed it, but it did have a shield. This is probably a compact shield generator that's in it, and not like the full size shield. I don't think, unless I missed it somehow, but I don't. Oh, it is. I did miss it somehow. There it is. Gravity generator too. Yep. There's our CPU block. So yeah, full size shield too. All right. Not a compact shield. Glad I looked. Yeah, very, very cool build again. This is the hard for me to say the name, but the AVE Things 2 CV by Kumi. Very cool build there. And that is all the builds this week. Now, again, on the build that I have not been able to show properly, because I now need to get the Reforged Eden Atlantis scenario, and I don't know where it is or if it's been discontinued. I did see a lot of the posts by the Reforged Eden development team that older versions have been discontinued. But if I can get that, then I can take a look at the WHU Eclipse Raider by Wasuba. Again next week. I meant to do it this week. I just couldn't find the scenario for it, but maybe I just missed it somehow. But yeah, when I searched in the Steam Workshop, it just was not coming up with it. So I was like, oh, where do I get this? And somehow I missed it originally too. Whenever it did come out, I don't remember it, which is, I don't know if it was a yeah, I don't know. I don't know the origins of it. But if any of you have a link, just throw it in the comments, and then I'll be able to get that, show that ship next week. Other than that, you all have yourself a wonderful weekend, and I'll talk to you later.